Anyone who knows me, even just a little bit, knows I love 5 things: the Godhead, my people, the Buffalo Bills, 21 Pilots, and Power Rangers. And I could talk about all 5 of these things all day long, and that goes the same for Power Rangers. See, for me, Power Rangers were my first superheroes, my first idols, my first legends. The first fanfics I ever wrote were all about Power Rangers. Heck, I even have a rap that y'all will never ever hear called Power Ranger. I've been practically obsessed with the series since I was like 6. Probably younger, since the first series I remember was Ninja Storm. Anyways, I could go on a whole spiel about why I love Power Rangers and which series and characters are my favorite.
I love you.
But I'll probably save those for another video if y'all are interested in further breakdowns. Today, however, we're going to be talking about the most important part of being a Power Ranger, the transformation into one. What's goody, everybody? It's your boy Slim Paco coming at y'all again with another video. How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. So when it comes to Power Rangers, everything that ties into it, from the suits to weapons to fights to the Zords, it all begins with the transformation from a civilian into a Power Ranger. So today I'm going to be ranking the top 5 morphs by these qualifications: morphing device or the morphers, the coolness of the sequence, the efficiency of the morph, and the accompanying callout. I'll be grading all these morphs on a 1 to 5 scale. I'm not going to show every single morph, just the top 5 I think are best. If y'all want, I can rank every single morph in another video, but today is just going to be the top 5. So we'll start at the bottom with number 5, the Defenders of the Domed City of Corinth, Power Rangers RPM. What's really cool about this whole morph is, well, let me not get ahead of myself. I'll start with the morphing device. I'm a sucker for the cell phone morphers, y'all, and RPM has a pretty cool one themselves. They flip open the top, slip in a card, and shut the device before tapping a gold button on the morpher. Nothing too crazy, I'll give it a 4. The sequence is pretty sweet too, with the Rangers disappearing into the morphing grid that looks like a racetrack out of Speed Racer or something. I like how it makes it look like they're driving too, as they zigzag from side to side while they navigate the grid to find their morphing screen. I'm gonna give that sequence a 4. It's also a very efficient morph, because as you can see here, in the heat of battle, it doesn't take too long for them to transform. It's not very complicated or troublesome. Just pull, insert, press, transform. Nice. 4 points for efficiency. The call out could be a little cooler, but RPM Getting Gear is a nice alliteration that ties into the theme song. So the call out will also get 4 points, resulting in a total score of 16 for Power Rangers RPM. Alright, so on to number 4. We have the 3 surviving graduates of Wind Academy, Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Just like with RPM, we'll start the scoring with a morphing device. Ninja Storm utilizes a wrist morpher, which is the most common morphing device for Power Rangers. It's simplistic but not ugly, and I love the design on it, how it resembles some kind of bug, which is important to the series as a whole. Voice activated, the Rangers spin a trigger on the device that initiates a storm in the morphing grid, flashing the suit over whatever clothing they're wearing. Super solid morpher, and I give it a 5-point score. Unfortunately, the morphin sequence itself is kinda lackluster. The storm and then the Ranger specific elements, solid but not that interesting compared to other sequences. I can only, in good faith, give it a 3. However, what the sequence lacks in coolness, it makes up for in efficiency, since the morph doesn't take very long to complete and the hand motions aren't very complicated. I think it deserves a 4 for that. Finally, we've reached the call out. Ninja Storm Ranger form. Ninja Storm Ranger form! Just rolls off the tongue so smooth. I love it, and the echoing calls the Rangers call out their elemental powers. It's just a chef's kiss. Well deserving of a 4-point score. All in all, Ninja Storm gets a total of 16 points. In third place, we have the Protectors of the Time Stream, Power Rangers Time Force. And it's easy to see why they're ranked so highly out of like 30 other teams. Check this out. So starting off with their morphing device, it's another wrist morpher, just like the one in Ninja Storm. But the design isn't as cool. Yeah, it's supposed to be more futuristic with the chrome and sleek exterior, but I personally love the more old school feels of other seasons. Anyway, the morpher gets a 3. Now, the morphing sequence is just a whole gem. I love the background of the DNA helix splitting and then forming the battle suit. All those numbers flashing behind the Rangers too? Nice. A solid 4. Is it an efficient morph? Yeah. Again, the Rangers vanish into the morphing grid when they do, and it doesn't take very long to complete the transformation. Hand motions aren't necessarily confusing or convoluting, it looks very official and formal. Give me a 4 for efficiency. Finally, the call out of Time 4, Time Force. It's a pretty cool alliteration. It just sounds so dang tough, and like what an actual police force might actually say in the future. It might be my favorite call out in the entire franchise, so I gotta give it a 5. In total, Time Force gets 16 points from me as well. Second place goes to the second ever Power Rangers team, Zeo. Powered by the Zeo crystals, the team's Morphers is probably one of the best in the entire franchise. Typically, I'm not a big fan of key Morphers, which are any Morphers that need to be put together, like the Black Dino Thunder Morpher or Turbo Morphers. However, the Zeo Morpher is a little bit easier to put together than those aforementioned, because it doesn't require you to jam something sharp into something else. What if you miss and hit your hand? The Zeo Morphers simply click together. They also look really dope, with silver and gold overlay and black trim, earning them a 5 on my scale. As for the morphing sequence itself, it might not be as extravagant as other teams, but it does show the grid itself, and that's always a plus for me. I also like how the suit kind of climbs onto the Ranger's body when they transform. I'll give the sequence a 4. It's also a very efficient morph, with the classic "it's morphin' time" voice activation, and not much going on with hand flare or whatever. It's just right to the point. Very useful when going into battle. A solid 4. Finally, the callout. I already mentioned that Zeo Rangers use its morphing time to activate the morpher, and they also call it their color and numbers.
It's morphing time! Zeo Ranger 4, 3!
Pretty basic, but not the worst callout ever. I'll give that a 3 for a total score of 16 for Power Rangers Zeo. Finally, the top transformation goes to a team that was definitely a surprise for me. The most recent bearers of the prehistoric spirits, the Dino Fury Rangers. First off, the Morpher. It's another key morpher akin to the Black Ranger in Dino Thunder like I mentioned earlier. But the whole thing just looks so cool, with the dinosaur heads reminiscent of Dino Thunder as well. The morpher is activated by inserting a Dino key and then rotating a visor on the Dino head and a voiceover callout. I love the morpher so much I gotta give it a 5. The sequence is top of the line too. After activating the morpher, the Rangers are transported into another iteration of the morphing grid. After striking the ground, they are enveloped in a dinosaur ghost, before being literally empowered by spirits of fallen Rangers, represented by constellations or stars. Once that's all finished, they finally get into the suit. Really nice, well deserving of a 4. However, the efficiency of this morph isn't all that. With this being a key morpher, it takes a little bit longer than some others featured in this video, which increases the risk of being attacked while morphing, because you have to hold up the key, insert it, use the voice activation code, spin the visor. It's just a lot. I give it a 3, but honestly I could have gone lower. Finally, I just love the Link to Morphing Grid.
Link to morphing grid!
Shout on their callout, and then once the morph is complete, the Rangers also shout their colors and Dino connection.
T-Rex Fury, Red Ranger.
Angelo Fury, Pink Ranger.
The callout gets a 5. All in all, Dino Fury gets a final score of 17. Well, that's the video. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Yeah, talking about Power Rangers is something I really love to do. And if this video gets some good engagement, hey, I'll make another video. So what did y'all think? What did y'all think was the best morph in this video? Do you guys have another morph that you think is a favorite that I should have included? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I've been your boy Slim Paco. Catch y'all in the next video. Later!
The power will always be with you and will protect you.